So today we have a fun flexy shape that we're going to work on. This one originates from more of a center split-ish pancake somewhere in the middle, but also incorporates a significant amount of shoulder flexibility, active flexibility, and some upper back engagement to get into it. So those are all the things we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, equipment needed. None really, but optional, should you need it, would be a stretch strap. Okay, depending on what your hamstring flexibility is at, this is going to be useful. Also, when we do get into this pose, even if you're not quite to the point where you're able to grab your foot, a stretch strap can still help you work towards that as a great tool. If you don't have a stretch strap, you can use a pillowcase, a pair of leggings that are not in your body, a towel, basically just something that you're going to be able to wrap around your leg. So this flexi pose is surprisingly challenging, I would say. In my mind, when I first saw it, I thought it would be easier than it was. Okay, so with this one, depending on where your shoulder flexibility is on grabbing that leg, if need be, you're probably going to want to have a stretching strap to grab onto that leg. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to get into this one for those of you that have all the things active, passive, whatever flexibility going on, and then I'll show you with the modification using the strap as well. Okay, so for this one initially, we're going to get into that same side bend that we did with the active little pulses, dropping down to our side here, okay? Starting with that clamshell, knee up to the ceiling as much as you can, cupping your heel, pushing that knee behind your shoulder as much as you can, and then extending that leg to grab it with the other leg, okay? From here, this bottom leg, I'm going to turn my toes up and I'm going to grab with my hand, and at the same time with my hand, I'm pushing my foot this way. So I'm really thinking of bracing my elbow and pushing that leg. And actually in doing that, it helps my hips roll forward a little bit into this, okay? Which actually will also press this arm down just a little bit. Just don't press so much that you fall over, okay? So there's your position there, provided everything's working right. If that is not happening for you today, because like I said, this one is surprisingly challenging, I would recommend working with the strap. Okay, so you're going to start same position, but the strap is going to go around your foot. Okay, so put it around base your foot. You can put it around your ankle if you want. I just find sometimes with the ankle it tends to slide down. You can completely put it around. You can use the loop. I usually just will put it around the bottom, but it's up to you. However you feel most comfortable. Tie it, knot it, put it in a bow, whichever you prefer. Okay, and then from here we're going to start with the same. Whoop, down here on our side. You can either stay up on your elbow or you can slide all the way down to your side here, whichever feels better. Okay, my hand is to the inside of my leg. So if flexibility wise, this foot keeps wanting to go this way versus this way, still work on having this arm to the inside. Don't take it to the outside. Okay, so it is going to take a little bit more core to keep you from falling over though. So we're going to pull this knee to our shoulder as much as we can. Then from here, you're going to extend that leg. Once it's fully extended, pointed or flexed, don't worry about that in the beginning, you're going to switch the strap to that other hand. Okay, then from there, and this is where, like I said, the core balance with this one definitely takes a little bit more. So depending on where you're at with this one and your balances, you might want to put your back to a wall or like smush a pillow up underneath your butt so it kind of holds you there. Okay, this other hand now that is free, we're going to reach down and you can bring your knee up towards you. You can start with it there if you prefer. Slide it down to your foot, work your hand to the other side, okay, so the outside of my ankle, and then try to turn that foot to the ceiling, okay? Ideally, once I've grabbed the foot, I wanna push this knee as far away as I can versus having it here, but work with wherever you're at on this one, okay? So my right hand is pulling my left leg over my head. It can be bent or straight. Once you've got a hold of it, you can then wrap your hand around the strap and bring it to bent and just hang out here with your head casually resting on your hand, okay, as if you're not holding a strap. And then with this leg, I'm pushing my foot into my hand and my hand is pushing my foot this way. And there is your pose. And you can point the feet, flex the feet, whatever pose you want. 1 foot flexed, 1 foot pointed. Do you, whichever you prefer, okay? And then once you've got the pose, work on getting out of it smoothly, okay? Yes, it's awesome to do it for the gram and get that awesome pic, but start there, fantastic. Then challenge yourself to try and make it smoother. Plus, keep in mind, those of you maybe that have this like looking super sweet on one side, we're like, yeah, I totally grabbed my foot. And then the other side, you're like, we don't speak of that side. use the strap on the other side if you need to, okay? So just because one side isn't so fave and fabulous, still definitely work that side with this pose. Better yet, work it an extra time on that side, okay? So start out, get the essentials of it, whether it's with the strap, without the strap, with a pillow propped against your butt or your butt propped against a wall. Then once you kind of like, okay, dialed it in, we're like, okay, this goes here, right hand on red, left foot on blue, head on green, whatever it is. And then start trying to clean it up. Can you get the knees a little straighter? Do you want your toes pointed? Do you want your toes flexed? What camera angle do you want? Can you get into it more smoothly? Can you get into it with less grunting and less cussing? Whatever that may be for you, okay? So play around with this pose, make it yours, whatever it is. I love it if you shared it with me. You can share them on Instagram, Facebook, tag me in them, ElizabethBFit, or hashtag ElizabethBFit made me do it, or feel free to email it to me, even if it's just a private, celebration. I love seeing those videos. I love seeing the things that you're working on and the progress that you're making, your accomplishments. Have fun with this one and continue to stretch. And hopefully I'll see you again in another flexi session.